A Return Year's Magic should be special volume review. 2 days before my birthday, Yen Press announced a series release of A Return Year's Magic should be special, starting my birthday week with great news. 305 days later, and finally hold the physical copy in my hands. Yen Press is on a roll with all of the Korean webtoon-based comics they are acquiring and releasing in the West. It's not only K-pop that's attracting fans to this East Asian country, but now we get to experience its culture also, thanks to its comics. In this fantasy world, Desert Herman is one of the last few mages fighting in the biggest and most hellish shadow labyrinth that this world has faced. Desert and his teammates don't have any option. They need to clear it to save humanity, and when things seems to proceed positively, the unimaginable happens. Desert wakes up during his entrance test at Hebron Academy, 13 years in the past. The Academy is one of the 2 institutions that take care of the Shadow Realms, power worlds that appear in the world and make the areas where they appear uninhabitable. Desert cannot believe what is going on. 1 second, he is on the brink of death, and the next one, he is a student. Is he lucky? Can Desert change the future and save his comrades and the rest of the humanity? Or does it mean that all of the lives sacrificed in his previous life were in vain? Desert needs to pull himself together and see this new life as an opportunity to right the wrongs of the past, and make sure that his comrades are strong enough to survive. First of all, he needs to pass the entrance exam to the academy. Unfortunately, he has to face some of the strongest mages from the get-go, while convincing his future comrades of his worth. Too bad Hebron Academy is a breeding place for discrimination between the nobles and the commoners, with the nobles attending the alpha class getting the best teachers and tools, and the commoners getting into the beta class, where they are mostly ignored if not bullied by the nobles. It seems like Desert has his work cut out for him. I love this manhwa for the first page. It's a gripping story that leaves its readers with a lot of questions, some of which we learn at the same time, as Desert does, and some of which we need to wait for the story to progress. As Desert is entering the school to learn more about the Shadow Labyrinths, the pace of learning for him is slow, as he already has a knowledge from his previous life, but he still needs to be tested, and this method of narration makes the readers feel like they are in the story, instead of getting the knowledge from an omniscient narrator. In this first volume, we also get hints on Desert's future comrades and what their fate is, but Desert is not going to have any of it. He trained Romantica at Pram. Yes, you read that right, and yes, it's the name of the person in this fantasy world to surpass his previous selves. What leaves us in the dark as Acid, she shows a cold exterior, but I'm ready for Desert to win her over her to his side. We get to know the 3 of them as Desert remembers them in the past. As soon as he meets them at the academy, they are not as strong as they were, but it doesn't matter. Desert has no intention of losing any of them ever again. Romantica seems like a noble, but she has a secret that could ruin her academy standing. She's outspoken and abrasive, but she won't let anyone talk her down. She's not unhappy with Desert, but at least she's recognizable and she can gain something from him. Pram instead is a complete opposite. He's a doormat, timid and quiet. He tries to fight back against the nobles with his sword, but the sword should be his weapon of choice. Desert would need to make him realize his true talent. It's because of this, Pram can see Desert as anything but a savior. Aziz is the last comrade that we find out about in Volume 1. She's a sword magician and can be considered an ice princess. Not only is she considered the best newbie at the academy, but she's also from one of the best families in the empire. Most importantly, she's not got used to losing, especially to a weak guy like Desert. I don't know how Desert will manage to pull all of them together or how he will train them, but I know it will be explosive and I can wait to see sparks fly, literally and metaphorically. Especially with Romantica, the authors implies that there might be something more to Desert and Romantica's relationship in their past lives, but nothing else is portrayed in this volume, and I'm grinding my teeth about it. I need to know if there will be any romantic relationship for Desert. The translation in English falls fluently, and the change from webtoon into print edition doesn't break up either the dialogue or the illustrations. For those not familiar with Korean webtoons, they are read from left to right like in the West, but as they are primarily published digitally, the reader then scrolls down as the whole chapter is made of panels, one right beneath the other. The print edition doesn't allow the readers to scroll down, but the illustrations are cut down to fit into one page and then proceed to the next one. Another difference that might surprise manga readers is that webtoons are in full color, using black and white color or color depends on the manhwaga, but typically they go for the latter. Moreover, the illustrations in this volume are amazing. They show clear and neat lines but with a lot of shadows and attention to detail to showcase the feelings of the characters and what they go through. A Returner's Magic She'll Be Special Volume 1, written by Ozuna and illustrated by Wokadja, has been translated in English by Micah Kim and is published by Yen Press. We don't have publication date for Volume 2, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed it will be this year. 9 out of 10.